This year, the nominees for Canada's worst driver all seem to suffer from the same basic problem: confidence. Some of them have so much confidence, they drag race on public roads. Some of them have so little confidence, they throw up on public roads. But which one of them really is the country's lousiest driver? We don't exactly know yet, but I promise you this: we certainly will find out.
This is the second episode of Canada's Worst Driver, which means at the end, someone will become this season's first graduate.
I don't know how to do this! Me!
In our first episode, all 4 of the men predicted they would be the first to leave.
Oh, yeah. I'm the first one.
The first to leave the show.
First.
You think you're going to graduate that fast?
Yeah.
But if the guys keep driving the way they've been driving, one of the women will be the first to graduate.
I want to go home first.
I am ready to graduate.
Marnie from Calgary was nominated as Canada's worst driver by her pilot boyfriend, Bruce.
Help me.
At home in Calgary, Marnie only likes to drive if someone else gets in the car with her.
You know what? I'm getting frustrated.
Marnie only has a beginner's license.
My legs are like jelly, my stomach is sick, and I'm about ready to be mad.
In 22 years of driving, Marnie has received a beginner's license 8 different times.
Oh my God, not again.
But never once has she tried to get her full license.
Now I'm cranky and want to stop it.
Jennifer from Hamilton was made a candidate by her boyfriend, John.
What the were you doing on that one?
Jennifer is not just a bad driver,
I can't believe I hit the fan.
she's an immoral driver.
I hate bikers.
One time I backed into a bike and I drove away. I hit a car and I drove away. I hit another car in our parking lot and I drove away. Yeah, I just drive away.
When I hit things, I all I can think of is go.
This is pathological behavior.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ed was nominated by his ex-girlfriend, Elizabeth.
Oh, Ed.
If Ed can become a safer driver,
Oh, Ed! Ed, no! 30!
Elizabeth might take him back.
There would be the hope of that, yes, for sure.
For that to happen, Ed has to relax.
Look at this. Stupid. Like that. So that the person could see.
Oh, boy.
Shelby has seen a lot of rude gestures.
Usually they give the finger. I usually wave back.
Shelby was nominated by his brother, Elric.
If Shelby is not Canada's worst driver, he's probably among the top 2.
At work, Shelby safely drives a forklift. But behind the wheel of a car, he's dangerous.
Whoops, that did not go good.
Shelby is 30 years old, and his driver's license is as real as yours.
Bye.
Billie Jean was brought to rehab by her cousin, Nicola.
I hate that she doesn't pay attention. I don't use my rear view mirror when I'm driving because it's usually pointed at me.
Billie has an ugly habit of doing her makeup while driving.
I have to do makeup touch-ups in the car. Sometimes I have to get changed in the car.
And sometimes she has to call her insurance company.
I have had 12 accidents in 12 months. Shut up.
Oh my! Okay, that actually, kind of hurt my elbow.
Jason from Vancouver is Canada's worst driver,
Oh my God!
according to his husband, Adrian.
We're at 10. We need gas to get up the hill. Yeah, I am. I'm pushing it.
More.
Jason never reaches the speed limit.
You could do anywhere up to 60 here.
I'm just perfectly fine. There's no limit for slow.
It gets to be quite a little chain of cars behind us after a while.
Just because I drive slowly, it doesn't make me to be a Canada's worst driver.
Denise is the next candidate.
I just puked. I had to swallow it. Gross.
Denise was brought to rehab by Henry, her truck-driving husband.
When are you getting to teach? I'm her husband. She don't listen to me.
Do you know what? I love you, but shut up.
Drivers like Denise are the reason we exist.
I can't do this. My throat feels like I can't breathe. This is not fair. I'm just racing. I'm shaking.
It's okay, honey.
And the final candidate at our rehab center is Thomas.
I ain't gonna learn all at that place, because I already know what I'm doing.
Thomas was nominated by his sister Lenora because she's had enough.
If this type of driving doesn't stop, my brother's gonna end up dead for sure.
This 21-year-old Albertan likes to race his truck on public streets.
You get an adrenaline rush when you pull up to a red light and somebody else is sitting there and they want to fool around and see what you got, and then you just both hammer on the gas. It's like the best adrenaline rush.
Dad's had to pay like $50,000 to fix your...
No.
On his way to rehab, Thomas thought it would be cool to speed.
I hate this.
When he got here, we thought it would be cool to confiscate his license.
Give me your license.
In fact, I took the driver's license of every nominee, and I might not give them back.
My God.
It's harsh.
I know.
We recently found out that one of our students uses both feet when she presses one pedal.
I'm too scared.
That is a very exciting way to drive, because if she accidentally hits both pedals simultaneously, that's what happens. The next challenge for Canada's worst drivers is learning how to deal with a rear-end spin-out. We'll educate them on the art of doing donuts and the very important skill of steering out of them. Little confession, have no idea how to do a donut.
How are you, Andrew?
Clueless, how are you?
We start with a peel-out. In a rear-wheel drive car, fully depressing the brake pedal locks the front wheels. Pressing the gas pedal spins the rear wheels. In their fight for friction, the brakes win and the rear tires burn.
Let go to brake. Start to steer inside. Wait, here we go. Now counter steer.
My passenger is Philippe Letourneau, the rehab center's high-performance driving teacher. Philippe is joined on our team of experts by Scott Marshall, who instructs the instructors at Young Drivers of Canada.
Sorry doesn't cut it when you run over a pedestrian.
Race car driver and psychologist, Dr. Louisa Gambora.
People that show off are typically very insecure.
And our heavy hitter, Sergeant Cam Woolley of the Ontario Provincial Police.
We see young guys all over Canada, street racing, and it's just not cool. I don't know what it's going to take.
The experts and I decide who gets to graduate.
I'm seeing transformation. I'm seeing change.
I don't think she's quite ready to graduate.
And who gets named Canada's worst driver.
Hopefully it's not me. That's all I can think.
I'm an average driver, and I'm learning how to make donuts.
To create the donut, we need to transfer weight to the front.
To transfer the weight forward, you need to get moving steadily, then suddenly release the gas pedal.
And I pump it right. She should hook right about here. And then I counter spin and go over there. Woo!
This challenge will teach our drivers how to control their vehicle when it's caught in a rear-end skid.
Every snowstorm, we see hundreds of collisions. Over half of those are single-vehicle crashes. If drivers were trained how to control their skids, the roads would be a heck of a lot safer.
Thanks, Andrew.
Now, let's see how Canada's worst drivers do in their donut lesson.
I'm scared.
Like me, they start with a standing peel-out.
Oh, no, I don't like this.
Stay on the gas. Stay on the gas.
Yeah.
Stay on the gas. Stay on the gas.
Go for
That's freaking me out.
Hard. Stay on it. Down the gas.
Yeah.
Open your eyes.
Oh, I can't.
Eventually, Canada's worst drivers all overcome their fears
Ooh, that's scary.
and move on to donuts.
I can't.
Of course you can. Let go of the throttle. Floor it. Not the brake. The throttle. On the gas, really hard. Go.
No, I can't do that.
Down the gas. Stop.
Woo! Oh my God! I'm gonna puke on you, man.
Some drivers learn the steering lesson quickly,
I'm going the right way.
Does it work?
It's a bonus, yeah.
but Denise spends an hour burning rubber and dropping tears.
I don't like it.
Eventually, though, Denise gets her fear to go full circle.
You did it.
Yeah. I did it.
That's just the lesson. Now it's time for the challenge. And for this occasion, we've put red tires on the back. Check this out. The challenge is to smoke a 10-second peel out. There's my standing peel out. Then drift into a tire-squealing 360-degree donut all the way around a foam man.
And that's it. Steer to safety. Whew. Now, let's see how Canada's worst drivers do.
First up is Jason.
You're gonna get sick because I'm sick too.
Jason gets off to a smoking start, then goes blank.
I don't know how to do it now. Floor it. No, I'm gonna stop.
He's a little dizzy.
I'm sick.
He's feeling a little nauseous.
Before he's really settled,
Floor it.
Jason obediently goes.
Yeah, good boy, floor it.
Okay.
You did well.
Well, he did what Adrian told him to do. But that's not healthy.
You actually gonna throw up?
I think so.
Don't do it on me.
No, I'm okay.
When we come back, it gets worse.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I cannot do this.
This year's nominees for Canada's worst driver are the most worrisome ever.
We've got a rager,
This car really up my routine.
a puker,
Oh, she's getting sick.
and a hit and runner.
What have you ever hit in your life that you ran away from?
A couple cars.
A couple.
4.
These are the people we're sharing our public roads with. So please, drive safely.
Jennifer is next to smoke one in the donut challenge.
Ready?
Always.
Jennifer's biggest problem is that she's scatterbrained.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
For example, when she backs up to try another peel out, she lays a patch of rubber without thinking.
What the Oh, I'm in reverse. Oh, not good.
She doesn't know if she's coming or going. She can't follow instructions.
Oh, this is not fun. Not fun. Not fun at all.
During her next 6 attempts,
Man, why am I doing this?
Jennifer does various scattered donuts.
Like, doing donuts is, like, a lot harder than it looks, I think.
On her 10th attempt, Jennifer looks where she wants to go. That opens up her steering and widens the diameter of her donut.
I am shaking. I don't know why people do burnouts. That's scary.
It took 10 tries, but Jennifer gets it.
Why do I have to know that? Just in case I skid out on the road and I know how to get out of it?
Yes. Jennifer's smart when she thinks. Denise is up next.
Confidence when you came here versus confidence now?
My confidence is higher. Definitely.
Her new confidence makes for an impressive start, but that's where it ends.
You're supposed to do a donut. Florent. Stomp on it, hon. Stomp on it.
I can't.
Instead of doing donuts, Denise is doing slow laps. We'll speed it up so it's not so boring.
Just give it.
This is getting dizzy. This is not fun for me.
Denise has forgotten that to lose traction, she has to transfer weight to the front of the vehicle by quickly releasing the gas.
Florent.
That oversight sends Denise toward a concrete barrier.
Freak.
Her next attempt is identical.
I'm gonna hit something.
So's her next attempt.
Oh my God.
And her next attempt.
Why do I keep going over there?
And her next attempt.
I'm not doing it now. Forget it.
You can do it.
Shut up. Okay? I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
And that's the way it goes.
You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it.
No, I don't!
You got it.
For 60 minutes. Denise fails this challenge, but her confidence is growing.
Well, I'm happy I did this so that if I was ever in a situation, then I know how to control the car.
I think you're doing great.
Thanks.
Next to pilot the Mustang is Marnie.
Look at that smoking! Woo! That is a bonus. Is that not cool or what? Okay, this is the part I don't like.
Marnie's first attempt is more like a crescent, really, than a donut.
Whoa, whoa! Oh.
It's okay, here. Keep her going.
On her next attempt, Marnie remembers to counter steer, but she doesn't do quite enough of it.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Marnie stared at the obstacle, then steered right into it.
I know to use my eyes to get where I need to be. Like, I know that now. That's something I didn't know before. So I did learn from this.
Thomas is next. Before Thomas came to the driver rehab center, he was already a rubber-burning donut maker with a chip on his shoulder.
I'm not going to learn anything from your rehabilitation center.
True to his word, Thomas turned down the donut lesson we offered.
You don't think you need a lesson?
I don't think I do.
Okay. Well, if you don't think you do, we're going to actually get moving to the next part of the program, so...
Without an education, Thomas's first donut attempt is a failure. So's his second.
Not quite.
And his third.
That wasn't really a donut.
On his fifth attempt, Thomas gets his brain in gear and does a perfect donut.
That's it.
Sadly, Thomas failed to learn anything.
You're not going to learn anything by refusing lessons.
Yep.
I'm worried that the only person here that's going to teach you anything is a psychologist.
Shelby is excited by this challenge.
Hey! Okay, you want to come in? All right.
Why not?
Red smoke. We need more red smoke.
Shelby begins by doing a nice, wide donut.
What do you think, Elric?
I think it's an amazing learning curve. That is perfect.
All right. But I still say my lunch doesn't want to be the way it is.
Shelby hasn't been able to try a lot of things in life. We're going to change that.
I think I should be taking more risks in my life. I think a lot of problems I've had can be attributed to the fact that I just don't take risks.
The last to run this challenge is Billie Jean. Billie launches into a donut, but she keeps her wheel all the way to the left instead of steering into a wider circle. It's a mistake she repeats, then repeats again.
Damn it.
Attempts number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10
How are we supposed to do it?
are also too tight.
We see that in crashes. People keep repeating history. That's what she's doing.
Yes, we're doing it! We're doing it! We're doing it! No! That was so close! Shoot! Damn it! We just keep going further.
And it keeps getting later. Billy ruins almost 24 donuts without ever trying to steer into a wider circle. The lights are on, but no one's home. When we come back, we test cornering ability.
I'm not even driving in my lane.
Yeah, I know.
Canada's worst drivers all have trouble staying in their own lane.
Stay at your side of the fog line, honey.
I've got to give them room.
The average single-car lane on the average Canadian highway is 3.7 meters wide. The average Canadian car is less than half that. Yet most of our students have, at some point or another, driven right off the road. To force Canada's worst drivers into more steady steering patterns, we're shrinking the amount of room they have to swerve in. Truth be told, half a lane is all you really need. In this challenge, drivers will get behind the wheel of a vintage 1978 Corvette Stingray.
Holy crap.
Oh, I like it.
She's a beaut.
Oh boy.
Then they'll drive through a series of archways that have 20 centimeters of clearance on both sides.
They have to come through at 40 kilometers or more. I'm at 35, 30, at 40. Don't look at the arches. Look far ahead and you'll be fine. Don't let your speed lag. Swish. It's just that easy. Now let's see how Canada's worst drivers thread the needle.
Up first is Jason.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Jason's not going fast enough.
You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going.
But he surpasses his husband's low expectations.
Holy smokes! I get it!
Wait! Jason failed. Our radar gun says he only managed 32k an hour.
Oh, are you sure this is accurate?
Yeah.
I feel like a 60.
When drivers fail this challenge, they'll try again.
I'm ready.
This time, Jason stares at the final arch and clobbers it. Run number 2 is failure number 2.
Where you look is where you go, and you direct your car through your eyes.
Yep.
No. Every archway Jason has hit so far has been on his husband's side. If drivers fail 5 runs in a row...
No, I can't do it.
Get faster, faster, faster.
I can't do it.
They fail completely.
Oh, I'm a little bit scared.
Emotion is taking over. So, it affects your driving.
It's dangerous.
Dangerous, yeah.
Close to your side, close to your side, close to your side, close to your side.
I don't think I can do that.
You can't.
Fear controls Jason more than he controls the vehicle.
Yeah, it's in my head. I just cannot, yeah.
Denise is next to drive our dreamy car.
I stay awake at night and I worry about the next day's driving.
On her first attempt, Denise gets up to 40.
I can't!
But she can't maintain it.
She would have. She hit the brakes.
Denise's nerves make her dangerous.
She builds her self-confidence. We have a safer driver.
I can't control the car.
Yes, you can.
I can't. I gotta brake.
43, 44, 46.
What do you mean you can't control it? Look at that.
Denise!
Did I do it?
You sure did. You're a better driver than you think.
Yeah?
Just needs the confidence.
Denise threaded the needle in 2 tries.
That's a big change from a woman that was so anxious she was throwing up in her own mouth.
When we come back, disaster strikes again.
Oh my God.
Canada's worst drivers are trying to steer a Corvette through a series of archways while driving at least 40 kilometers an hour. Marnie is nervous at the thought of this challenge.
Does that drive?
Yep.
That means Bruce can count on her being repetitive.
Oh my God, 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 oh my God.
You did it.
Yeah, bonus.
No, bogus. Marnie didn't go fast enough.
32.
Oh, shoot.
Maintain that speed. Maintain the speed. Keep the turning. There you go. You're doing it. You're
scared.
You did it. You did it. I think you did it.
Bonus.
Bogus. Marnie didn't do it. Marnie clipped the passenger side mirror, and Bruce knows it.
Maybe brushed it, yeah.
So, Marnie tries one more time.
Good speed, that's it. Right there. Keep her turning.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
I'm done.
After 4 runs, Marnie gives up.
Yeah, I'm done that one.
You shaking?
Yeah, I'm done that one. It terrifies me. Every aspect of driving terrifies me.
Jennifer is next to go.
How do I go?
It helps if you put it in gear first. All right, we got 40, but you got to keep it.
35, 33.
Yeah.
Didn't sound quite so hot there at the end.
What didn't quite sound quite so hot? Did I hit it?
You kidding me?
No. I thought I didn't hit it.
You didn't hear the big crunch and feel that impact?
Damn, but I didn't hit anything else. That was it?
That's enough.
No, I didn't even know that I hit it. I don't know, I guess I was just the only one that didn't realize I didn't hit anything.
That's usually the way it goes.
Part of Jennifer's job is delivering flowers.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
That means she drives about 500 kilometers a week.
Did I do it? Seriously? Good, I'm sweating in here.
Jennifer succeeds in 2 tries.
I can't believe I did it.
No, that's a good run.
Thomas thinks he can do it faster.
About 60.
Let's see it happen. All right, buddy, hold on your pantyhose.
I'm holding on, don't worry about it.
Come on, beast.
Oh, God.
What? See? I didn't touch nothing.
Thomas also didn't stay above 40, let alone 60.
Slow down a little bit. Went down to too slow. 39.
Thomas looked at every single archway and he jerked the wheel 31 times. To gain control, he was simultaneously stomping on the brake. On his second attempt, Thomas hits the brake again. And
I clipped it. I'm not gonna lie.
Thomas is starting to realize he's not as good a driver as he thinks he is.
So you went too slow and you hit something. Yeah, let's see it again.
On his third attempt, Thomas still jerks, but he focuses farther up the road.
There you go.
I looked ahead more.
Like I said, looking far ahead is the key to smooth cornering. Next around the corner is Billie Jean.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Oh my God, you're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it. Yay! You! That was awesome. Now they're gonna tell us you went like 39. 37.
That's a fail. When Billie drove to rehab last episode, she did it while wearing stilettos.
Those are them.
Today, Billie's trying out flats.
Your acceleration and braking seem a lot like more controlled. Now remember, you have to stay at this speed, Billie.
Billie does stay at speed. No problem. Billie Jean focused far ahead, and she succeeded.
And the shoes helped.
I'm not going to wear flat shoes every day of my life, so I have to create the habit of taking these ones off when I get in, putting on the other ones, and then when I get out of the car, changing again.
Ed is next to drive our fancy sports car.
It feels like a big old jalopy. You You did it.
I don't know if it was at 40.
It wasn't.
Okay, I'm coming.
You're not going 40. A little faster.
Elizabeth, don't talk to me like that.
Ed has serious vision problems, which have contributed to
At least a half a dozen accidents.
His accidents happen when I'm not in the car?
That's because Elizabeth watches for him.
Pay attention to the road. He's been in a serious accident with my kids.
But Ed doesn't think that was his fault.
The other car should have saw me.
To see exactly what Ed should have seen,
Do you see the line of letters above the green line?
No.
we had Dr. Dean Moralato drop by.
How many fingers can you count on the side?
One.
It turns out Ed's reflexes are slow,
Oh,
his depth perception is off,
so you totally missed that one.
and he's developing a kind of tunnel vision.
His peripheral vision is significantly affected on the right-hand side.
Today, Ed can't see how he'll ever thread the needle. So, he declares it impossible.
I don't think anyone could do it. 3/4 of the drivers out there on the road
Couldn't do it.
couldn't do it.
With his ego on the line, Ed drives.
48, 47.
And he hits nothing.
There you go, Ed.
I didn't do it.
You did.
I didn't do it.
How do you know you didn't?
I know I didn't do it.
Even when Ed's right, he's wrong.
Oh, yeah! I told you you did it.
Feeling the love coming together.
Oh, yeah.
Next success, I'm gonna make you kiss.
That'll never happen.
Getting a car seat the right height will never happen for Shelby.
I can't see over the dash.
15, 17, 16, 16.
16 kilometers per hour.
Shelby wants to take more risks, but he doesn't know how to.
You fell. 28 kilometers per hour.
Shelby's third run
Don't slow down.
is the same story.
Going down.
Shelby needs help.
I want you to put the pedal on the floor. Have you ever done that?
No.
It's time to try.
Put the pedal on the floor and aim for the middle.
Go. That's 40. Hold it. You can do this. There you go. Perfect. Yes.
42, 43.
Faster, faster. Way to go, buddy.
Yeah, I did it!
Congratulations, my friend.
Thanks, Andrew.
Shelby drives to work every day without supervision.
Oh, parking brake. Maybe I should put that on.
When we return, things go backwards.
I need a tow truck.
The Driver Rehabilitation Center has seen more than a few broken hearts in its day. So this year, instead of teaching Canada's worst drivers how to reverse on a figure-8 course, we've created something a little more symbolic.
This course takes two cars head-to-head. So,
In order to finish cleanly, they have to cooperate with the other driver. You ready, Philippe?
Yes, I am.
Here we go. Never hit anything. Be smart, and you'll get through this safely.
after 2 minutes, I'm at the middle of the hearse.
Whoop. It's tight, but yes, the car will fit.
The only place on the course wide enough for the cars to pass is here.
Who's going now, me or you?
I think both of us.
Off you go then.
All right.
Courteous driving. It's important.
When the drivers make it back to the beginning, they're done.
That's the reverse driving challenge. Now, let's see how Canada's worst drivers do.
First to reverse is Jennifer and Thomas. Coming out of the gate, Thomas clearly knows what he's doing, and Jennifer clearly doesn't.
Oh! I suck. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do this because I can't do it.
Are you gonna cry?
Yeah, I can't do
Cry?
this. I can't do this.
You're freaking.
You're right because I can't do this.
One burning question we get asked every year at the rehab center is this.
Like, how the do you make your car move sideways?
It's pretty easy.
To the left as far as you can get. To the right as far as you can get. And then go straight back.
And the car will have magically moved sideways.
Wow.
When Jennifer tries it, though...
Wait, am I hitting all these things?
Thomas also hits things, but he gingerly manages to avoid doing any damage. And he's finished.
Push the button, pull the keys.
In just 59 minutes. If John continues to not wear his seatbelt, he'll get finished too.
What are you doing?
I'm not sitting here when she gets close.
Jennifer doesn't get close. She gets stuck permanently. At least it's not a hit and run.
You just frustrate me.
You frustrate me too.
Don't ball me up and down.
I'm not eyeballing you.
Next is Jason and Shelby, who, as usual, brought his pillow.
We're going backwards.
For this matchup, the passengers will keep track of how many things get hit.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7,
8, 10.
Watch us. We're having trouble.
Shelby has hit
39
things before he's even made it halfway.
Oh boy. This was another car. I'd have to leave a note.
Meanwhile, Jason reverses past the passing section and blocks Shelby.
All right, what we'll do is we'll pull forward. You guys can come through.
Really?
At least he's made it through.
But now Mr. Courteous is in trouble.
Crap! I seem to have problems figuring out where the vehicle's back end is and where the vehicle's front end is.
Where do we go?
Jason's almost done.
No, really?
Really? Getting here, Jason hit 26 things.
I can never park a car like this.
Meanwhile...
I got the vehicle stuck. I cannot move forwards, nor can I move backwards to get out of this one. I need a tow truck.
Shelby needs more lessons.
What? This is classic bad driving. When they're reversing this way, they don't realize that the front of the car swings.
Ah, shoot. Okay, it's gonna be bumpy when we come down.
Yeah, that's fine. Just go tight to this end.
Ah, flip.
Shelby finishes in 70 minutes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, this drive was probably a 0.
Neither one of Ed or Billie Jean are looking forward to reversing.
That's 1, 2, kind of 3, 4, 5.
What are you looking at me like that for?
Because I don't understand why.
Oh, it's the steering too, eh?
It's not the steering, Ed. It's the driving. Am I okay for car? Ooh, 4, 5.
Ed's at the passing section, but Elizabeth is just getting started.
Jill, we need to wait for you to pass us over here where there's room.
There's no room there.
Is there even? Yes!
It's a road rage team, these two.
You got tons of room on this side. Tons.
I don't have tons of room on this side. That's why I'm trying to maneuver so I can actually get to that side.
Okay, I'm just trying to help you. Come on, Ed, she's beating you. Jesus.
Okay.
Billy is beating you.
I don't care about that. I'm just trying to do it without hitting anything.
I heard a dingle.
Well, that's maybe in your head.
Billy has upset 25 things.
Yeah, we're good.
26 if you include Elizabeth.
Holy Ed, Billy beat you.
By the time Ed manages to get completely finished, Elizabeth wants to upset Billie Jean.
You guys sucked. I just get this real casual, laissez-faire attitude from all the drivers, and it's starting to get a little annoying.
Oh my God, you do it.
But it doesn't matter if I can do it or not. I'm not on
But,
trial.
it
I'm not on trial here.
No,
you
no,
guys
but
sucked.
whoa, wait.
Let's see if Marnie and Denise can avoid fighting with their loved ones.
Oh, don't start. I haven't even gotten the car yet.
Where are you going, honey?
I'm trying to drive. Ah. I can't.
Neither can Marnie.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm gonna lose it. Oh.
Stop. Stop.
Oh.
As usual, the men aren't inspiring confidence.
Okay, you know what? You're frustrating me, Bruce.
You told me to turn my wheel.
You're trying to make these little turns just
I
like...
don't care what I'm trying to do, Bruce.
I can't do my S, honey, because I don't have any room to do it.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
You know, you're not letting me even look to think.
Before breakups happen, I order the men to switch vehicles.
I think if you pull ahead a little bit, you're close.
Look, you can't stand to not give me a piece of advice before you leave, can ya?
Oh, it's hot in there.
That big guy's gonna fit in that tiny little car.
Are you ready?
With the partners switched,
You're doing good.
the mood's cooled down
Yep, you're looking good.
and the driving improves.
I'm gonna finish it.
But no miracles happen. Done. Denise took over an hour and she hit a thing a minute.
That's not pretty.
Back up and stop.
With her own boyfriend, Marnie hit 57 things. With Henry, she only hit 14. After the break, we'll name our first graduate. It's time for the most improved candidate on Canada's worst driver to graduate and go home.
So this is where the show gets really scary, because someone is about to get their license back. Dr. Gambora, who?
Frankly, I don't think any of them deserve it, but a couple of them have made noticeable improvements. I've seen Denise improve, and I've seen Billie Jean improve.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go with Denise. I think she's about ready.
I don't agree that Denise should go away because I think her tentativeness is the danger to other drivers.
Okay, then who should?
I'm kind of torn between Billie Jean and Shelby, and the reason why I say Shelby is Shelby has improved, and we're focused on the most improved, not the best.
That's right.
Yeah, I did it! If we have to let one go, I think it should be Denise.
I haven't seen that much of an improvement in Denise, and I've seen more in Billie Jean.
I'm not saying Billie Jean is a worse driver, but I think Denise is a safer driver, and that's what I care the most.
So, who will become this season's first graduate?
Denise, so for me it's like the most improved person.
Billie Jean.
Denise.
I'm actually going to say Billie Jean as well, which means, Dr. Gambora, you have the tie-breaking vote.
We've reached the end of our second episode here at Canada's Worst Driver, which means it's time for someone to get their driver's license back and leave this rehab center as this season's first graduate. We're proud to say that this season's first graduate will soon be driving her children to hockey.
When we met Denise, she was vomiting as she drove. Now, she's laughing while steering out of skids.
I did it. I have done so much and so well. My children will be able to enjoy life a little more. They'll be in hockey this year. Kids are going to be excited to hear that.
Denise from Cranbrook, our newest rehabilitated driver.
Really happy.
Next time on Canada's Worst Driver, we teach large vehicle handling,
You're up there.
small vehicle swerving,
No, 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 no.
and our parking lot practice turns into mayhem.
Shelby giving me
You got
advice.
the two worst drivers telling you what to do.